Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we're gonna go out a little bit out in the wilderness a little bit. Now check it out. You're hearing that Turkey Al-Shai, right? The guy who's bringing some money from Saudi Arabia, giving us good fights. You know, some of the fights he's giving us people don't really want to see, but hey, they could happen. We've had a couple of fights that, probably wasn't fights we wanted to see, like Tyson Fury versus Ngannou or Anthony Joshua versus Ngannou for that matter. But one fight I hear people that don't really want, and I just think it's a different reason why they don't want to have it. And that's Terence Bud Crawford, number one pound for pound, versus Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing. Now, the reason why people are saying they don't want to see it is because Terence Crawford will be moving up three weight divisions, right? And I want to move up three weight divisions, and then you don't go up to that division and fight some more people. So he'd be going in front of other people that are in that weight division and are not getting fights. Now, normally you could be right about that, but my issue with that is, hey, you have sanctioned bodies there right now that aren't forcing Canelo to fight David Benavidez, and the WBA who is not forcing him to fight David Morrell, forcing those guys to go up to light heavyweight instead of getting their fights against Canelo Alvarez and not stripping him. Everyone acts like Terence Crawford wants to go to 168 pounds. And like you're trying to act stupid, like you don't see what's really going on. Terence Crawford is only chasing greatness for the 50th time here. Everyone understands that. Canelo has 4 belts. Terence Crawford would try to fight whoever has 4 belts. You know, if somebody damn near was in cruiserweight with 4 belts, I'd probably be trying to do that. If someone was, well, he already did 140, so he wouldn't go down to 135 for 4 belts. But he's trying to go up to 154 to have 2 or 3 fights to get 4 belts. He's too old to have fights that are not significant. It's Canelo because if David Benavidez, even as big as David Benavidez is, he would probably go there to fight him if he had 4 belts, right? Not saying he would win all those fights, but that's what he's trying to do, something significant because he's already 2-weight undisputed. If you're 37 years old and you've done all that, you're pushing up on GOAT status, all you want is very significant fights and very lucrative fights. And you deserve it when you're Terence Crawford. So that's what it's all about. It's not only about just Canelo. Terence Crawford versus Canelo, a lot of people don't want to see it because, hey, what could possibly happen if Terence Crawford looks good in that fight? Then his GOAT status moves up. Now, for those who are saying, well, Canelo has nothing to win for that fight, first of all, he's going to get a lot of money, and beating Terence Crawford, taking his O, would be something. It would be. Let me make sure this is clear. Terence Crawford is better than 90% of Canelo's opponents. All of them. There's only a few opponents that come to mind that I would think Terence Crawford would have issues with. I'm not saying they would beat Terence Crawford categorically, and I'm not saying that Terence Crawford could beat them categorically, right? We're talking about when Canelo faced these guys. I don't think anybody that Canelo has fought of late, a Munguia, a John Ryder, and all of the likes, of Roy Fielding, Callum Smith, all those guys, I don't even think, even though they're bigger than Terence Crawford, I don't think they would beat him. You understand? The ones that I think Terence Crawford would have issues with can go to like a Daniel Jacobs because he's kind of bigger and a decent fighter, and he gave Canelo issues as well, didn't he? I would say Erislandy Lara, even though it was 154 when he fought Canelo, I think Erislandy Lara would give Terence Crawford issues for sure. Who else can I say? Floyd Mayweather, even though Floyd Mayweather was 36 years old, Terence Crawford being 37 right now, that's a good fight between those two. A Gennady Golovkin and 1 and 2 fights with Canelo. That Gennady Golovkin gives Terence Crawford big time issues. Yeah, he's 160, a steady 160 pound with a granite chin, and understands how to box and how to fight and how to bring it to your ass. Gennady Golovkin gives Terence Crawford issues, but from 60 fights, that stops there. It really stops there. Caleb Plant is also one. That's a good fight. Caleb Plant, because he's a 168 pounder with a lot of technique and a lot of skills. That gives Terence Crawford issues. Billy Joe Saunders gives him some issues, because they're just bigger. Not saying that they're as skilled as Terence Crawford, but you're talking a 20-pound difference. These guys I'm saying that have given issues like a Billy Joe Saunders or kind of Plant, 168 pounders. Terence Crawford is a small 147 pounder, right? 20 pounds different. That's why I'm saying that. As far as skills, no. So Terence Crawford going up to fight Canelo Alvarez, who's more sturdy than him, more stocky than him. Yeah, it's a good fight. Even though Canelo's bigger, I just think that Terence Crawford is more skilled, has more movement, longer arms, so he's going to be able to hit him with the jab. He's just going to have to stay away from those body shots and those counters from Canelo. I think he'll be able to do it. I can see Terence Crawford outpointing Canelo, even though no one outpoints Canelo and gets a fight. But I can see him doing it. It's real good, beating him real good. But I can also see Canelo folding him up with a nice body shot and hurting Terence Crawford too. I can see that happening as well. He's definitely, because I got to imagine, Canelo has fought at 175. You know what I'm saying? From 147 to 175 is pretty big. So he's a lot bigger than him. So, yes. But the fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, seeing as though no one is forcing Canelo to fight David Benavidez or David Morrell, and he still has the belts, then why wouldn't Terence Crawford want to fight him? The reason is only because Terence Crawford is trying to become 4-division undisputed, something unheard of. The GOAT status is in his sights. It's not too far. And if the people in boxing don't want this to happen, so I'm just watching them and laughing at how hard they're trying for him not to achieve this. He could have did it a long time ago if they wouldn't have got out his way. If he would have been already probably undisputed at the 154-pound division when Jermell Charlo had all the belts, right? But everybody did everything so that fight just wouldn't happen. We could have had that fight before the Canelo fight. Jermell Charlo versus Terence Crawford, and the winner fights Canelo. We didn't want to have that. Because messing around and Crawford is 3-division undisputed, we ain't having that. So we're going to put some stones his way, and Terence Crawford is willing to fight at least 2 or 3 fights to try to become undisputed at 154. I would prefer him now, where he is, to fight Madronov, and by the time that fight's over, the other 2 belts that are out there, somebody's got those other 2, and I would hope it would be Boots Ennis to come up to beat somebody, so somebody can watch how fast Terence Crawford tries to fight Boots Ennis at 154. If he has those other 2 belts, you'll see it'll happen automatically. And then they fight, and then Terence Crawford at least attempts to become undisputed at 3rd weight division, and then tries the Canelo thing. But I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to get 4-division undisputed. And we boxing fans and fans of sport, you like to see historical things. Normally we do. So get the hell out of the way and let the man do it. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.